A lot of students struggle with stress. At least as they understand stress, they struggle with stress. In actuality, stress in and of itself isn't problematic. It's no more problematic than having an alarm system in your house. But there are times that the alarm system in one's house goes off when in fact there is no threat, there is no intruder. But it's good to know that this alarm system is working effectively, even though the alarm is sometimes accidentally triggered. The truth is, stress is designed to actually help you, much like an alarm system in a house is designed to keep an individual safe and secure from threats. The problem with stress is that we often don't recognize the things that are going to activate the stress response. So the first thing to keep in mind about stress is that the response is very much like an alarm, but it's one that impacts you physically and psychologically, and that the response is automatic. It's designed to go off as soon as there's any perception of threat. Now the challenge is that the body really can't tell the difference between a threat that is physical and life-threatening or a situation that is merely very challenging and only symbolically threatening. So, in other words, a Doberman pinscher with rabies that suddenly starts to chase you is going to trigger the stress response. Similarly, an exam that you don't quite feel prepared for is going to trigger the stress response. And the response is the same because your body doesn't really tell the difference. So, when learning to manage stress, the trick isn't to learn how to not experience stress. The trick is to recognize when you're going to have to manually override the automatic nature of its activation. And that's what this little workshop's going to do. First, let's take a look at what actually happens. And we're going to take a look at what happens with your body, what happens with your thinking processes, and even what you experience emotionally, finally summarizing into how stress tends to impact your behaviors.